Hey friends! So we are going to talk about all things ShadowSense today, okay? So I've got a collection of some ShadowSenses. That is our eyeshadow. It's cream to powder finish. So it goes on creamy and then it's going to dry to a powder finish, okay? And because it's creamy, these eyeshadows can be like mixed and blended so beautifully, and they can be used for everything on your face, right? So it's really quite amazing everything that we can do with ShadowSense, all right? Super fun and then super easy to travel with in these tiny little containers, right? So I am going to start with peaches, okay? So I've come to you with a bare face other than my skincare because I'm gonna do some concealing before I even get to my, makeup application, okay? So we're starting with peaches. Peach is a color that is opposite of purple on the color wheel. And so it helps to make under eye circles that are usually a purple tone disappear, okay? So I am just applying it straight to the dark circles on my face, okay? Now, I am going to get a concealer brush and then just kind of pat that in. Now, I know you're like, well, now it looks like you have peach underneath your eyes, Jess. Yes, I know, don't worry, okay? We're not done yet. Okay, we're basically canceling out that purple to erase my dark circles, okay, with a peach color, all right? And I am gonna grab my handheld mirror because it's actually usually a little bit easier to see what I'm doing in this mirror versus looking at my film or my phone that I'm filming on, okay? So, kind of got that blended in. I kind of pressed it in with this brush and then I'm just blending it out a little bit more with this fluffy brush. All right, now we are going to put concealer on top of it. So I canceled out with color correcting theory first, and now I'm going to use another eyeshadow color, that's right, can stand in as a concealer. So I'm gonna use Sandstone Pearl, and this I'm going to put all the way down into a triangle shape to do some under eye work. Okay, so now again, coming back in, sort of just patting it in to my skin. Our eyeshadows, once they have completely dried, they are set and smudge proof, and you can wipe them and you can sweat and all the things and they're not gonna go anywhere. So your eyeshadow color is going to last all day long, or concealer, as in this case, right? So I'm going to take a quick timeout on eyeshadow so I can go ahead and put my foundation on. Okay, I've already applied my primer is all, but I'm coming back to eyeshadow because I'm realizing I have a little bit of redness in my cheeks, some extra redness in my cheeks today, so I'm gonna cancel that out. Going back to color theory again, we're gonna cancel redness out with green. So you guys are gonna think this is a little crazy, but I'm gonna just use my mirror as a palette. I'm gonna wipe a little bit of our green on there, and then I'm gonna mix it in with a really light pink color, okay? It almost looks white. All right, so I'm gonna take my foundation brush again, or my concealer brush, and I'm just gonna blend those together. So now you can see I've got a lighter green color. We have a green concealer that does this. That is what I normally use, but it's all things ShadowSense today. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of green to that extra redness on my cheeks. And it's gonna cancel it right out. And you can build a little bit more. If you're like, oh, I still need a little bit more, you can keep going after that, okay? Now, I'll take my tissue and clean off my mirror real quick, and then go back to applying my color corrected tinting moisturizer. Okay, now we're ready to go back to makeup. Okay, we have my color corrected tinted moisturizer applied over my color correcting and my concealing, and we're ready to actually start with makeup. Okay, so first of all, we will do the obvious, the eyes. I'm gonna use these colors today, Slate and Smoke Shimmer and Mauve Shimmer, okay, are the colors I'm gonna use today. So I'm gonna start with the Mauve Shimmer, and I'm gonna apply that all the way over my entire lid and up almost to my eyebrow. Now I'm gonna come in with a fluffy brush, and I'm gonna use my little tissue trick where I'm gonna take it, fold it like this, put it against my eye, and blend this all over the entire. Now I'm gonna take a medium transition color, and I'm using the Slate, and I'm gonna apply that right in my crease. And I'm gonna go in with a different fluffy brush and blend that back and forth, and it's gonna come down into this outside corner of my lid. All right, and then we're gonna just do a tad bit more of this darker color, which I'm using Smoke Shimmer. And I'm gonna come in with my denser precision brush to kind of blend that out in the corner of my eye. And just depending on how it all goes, sometimes I like to come back in with a little bit more of our lightest, our first color that we used. And you can just take a little bit off of the thing like this directly onto your brush too. I'm gonna pop a little bit more of that into the inside corner of my eye. Okay, and I'm also gonna do a little bit of highlighting, blending over. You can also use your fingers to blend like a little bit more if you need to. Or just use your fingers completely. You don't actually have to have brushes. Okay, so done with the eyes, other than I am gonna go in with this Smoke Shimmer, and I'm gonna use it kind of as an eyeliner. And add some definition to my lash line. Okay, now that we've got color on the eyes, let's frame those eyes with eyebrows. Now, eyebrows are something that I ignored for a large portion of my life because I didn't know any better. I have super blonde eyebrows, so it's actually a really good idea for me to not ignore them. And I want you to notice how big of a difference it looks, especially if I sit back in my chair a little bit and you kind of see my eyebrows disappear, okay? Again, I'm gonna use a brow brush and I'm just gonna take a little bit of product off of the side of the wand, and I even kind of wipe it right here, just wipe it off a little bit so I don't get more product than I want on there. You could put it out onto a blending tool first too, but you can see I've got one brow done and one brow plain. You see the difference? It really matters. Sorry, as I sort of cover up the camera, my mirror to turn towards the light to the other side. There you go, girls. I don't worry too much about making my eyebrows be exactly the same, match each other exactly. They are sisters, not twins. It's always good to still like take a look at them from sort of a distance, because from up close, they can look like you have them kind of even. But from a distance, you can be like, oh, this one's darker. Okay. So, got a little bit of color on the eyebrows. I used Smoke Topaz, by the way, for that color. All right, so now an eye look just really looks kind of naked until you put mascara on it. So let me top this off with mascara real quick. Okay, back to eyeshadow, all right? So you're like, well, you're done with your eyes now. Aren't we done? Oh, no, 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 we are not done yet. You can use your eyeshadow on your cheeks. Okay, we already used it for color correcting and concealing. We can also use it for highlighting. I'm gonna pull out Sandstone Pearl Shimmer, there it is, and Mocha Java for contouring. And that same pretty color mauve shimmer that I put on my eyes, we're gonna use for blush. So I'm just gonna do a little swipe for blush on both cheeks. I'm gonna do a little swipe on top of my, that was a pretty big swipe. Let's share some of that with this side. All right, of highlighter. Don't worry, we'll blend it all in. And then I'm gonna take this Mocha Java color and do a little contouring right there with that. Blend that all out with my blush brush. We needed a little extra blending since I got a little bit of heavy. Your product goes a long way. It's true for all of our products, which is one of my favorite things about them, actually, because your money goes a long ways because of that. Okay. So we've got it all blended in for a little bit of cheek color, a little bit of contour. Okay, and you could even go in and contour around your face, contour my nose a little bit. We won't take the time to do that today. We will move on to one final use for our ShadowSense, and that is I'm going to put it on as a lip color. A little bit more. Now, using ShadowSense as a lip color is not going to be stay proof and smudge proof like LipSense. It's not going to stay all day. It is designed to set on your skin, so on your cheeks, on your eyes, on your eyebrows. It's not going to be smudge proof, but on your lips, not as much. But it will still give you some color for a while, and it is such a pretty soft color when you use ShadowSense on your lips. And I'm going to top that off to seal it in a little bit with some gloss. So I'm just putting a little bit of pink matte gloss on top of that to seal that in. Give me a little bit more moisture for my lips. All right. There you have it. Full face of ShadowSense. Other than my mascara and my color corrected tinting moisturizer, it's all ShadowSense. And one last thing. Hasn't been a while since you've been able to be to your salon. You can take a color that is close to your color and apply that directly on to any grays that you might see. And then just blend it in. I actually colored my hair myself not too long ago, so we're not in too bad a shape. But a lot of people like to use a mocha java or smoked topaz, depending on what your hair color is. It could be sandstone if you're super blonde. I'm using tiara on my hair. It's a really good match for my color. Okay. And take care of just a few gray spots with your ShadowSense too, and it will totally last until you wash your hair. So you might be able to tell, I'm sort of in love with ShadowSense, right? So many different ways you can use it. Be sure to pop any questions you have below in the comments of this video. Have a great day.